Lesson 5.6, found on page 217, is titled Find the Whole from a Percent. Our essential question, how can you find the whole given a part and the percent? A percent is equivalent to the ratio of a part to a whole. Suppose there are 20 marbles in a bag and 5 of them are blue. The whole is the total number of marbles, which is 20. The part is the number of marbles that are blue, which is 5. The ratio of the part to the whole is 5 out of 20, is equal to the percent of marbles that are blue, which is 25%. So here's our part, which is 5%. The whole is 20. So 5 out of 20 marbles are blue. If I want to find the percent, I need to get 100, because that's our magic number with percents. I need to get 100 in the denominator. So I multiply by a factor of 1, 5 over 5, and that gives us 25 out of 100, so 25% of the marbles are blue. You can use the relationship among the part, the whole, and the percent to solve problems. All right, so they're going to show us one way, and then we'll learn a second way, which one might make more sense to you, and the second way might make more sense. All right, so Emily has sent 28 text messages so far this week. That's 20% of the total number of text messages she's allowed in 1 week. She does not have unlimited texting. What is the total number of text messages Emily can send in 1 week? So this first way is to use a double number line. The whole is the total number of messages Emily can send. The part is the number of messages Emily has sent so far. All right, the double number line shows that 20% represents 28 messages. Find the number of messages represented by 100%. So I want to find 100%. So this top line is our percentages. This bottom line is the number of texts. Okay, I multiply 20 by what to get to 100? Well, 5. 5 times 20 will get me to 100. So I also have to do 28 times 5. So because that's a fact, that makes it a 1. All right, so 20 times 5 is 100. 28 times 5, I don't know off the top of my head, so I'm going to do a little margin work. All right, 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 4 more, so I have 140. So 28 times 5 is 140. So she gets a total of 140 texts that she's allowed to have. All right, so 28 texts is 20% of 140. Emily can send 140 messages in 1 week. All right, so let's set this up another way. Okay, on the back side, another way, use equivalent ratios. Write the relationship among the percent, part, and whole. So the percent equals the part over the whole. So here we have the percent is 20%. And we're using the same numbers as the problem on the last page. The part is 28 messages. That's how many she's had so far. And the whole is unknown. We figured it out on the previous page, but pretend like we haven't. All right, so we know 20% is 28 out of, we don't know still. Okay, so write the percent as a ratio, which is 20. 20% equals 20 out of 100. She's used 28 out of, we don't know yet. So now we're going to simplify the known ratio So you take the ratio where you have both factors, simplify it down to a unit rate. So 20 divided by 20 is 1, and I have to, whatever I do to the top, I have to do to the bottom. So this is 20 over 20. Okay, so 100 divided by 20 is 5. So 1/5 equals 28 over, we don't know. This is we just simplified 20 over 100 down to 1/5. That's all we've done so far. All right, so now we're going to write an equivalent ratio. Now that we have a 1 in our one of our ratios, we can now multiply to make an equivalent fraction. So 1 times 28 equals 28. Whatever I do to the top, I have to do to the bottom also. So 5 times 28, we did on the previous page, is 140. So 28 over 140 equals 28 over 140. And therefore, 28 is 20% of 140. So Emily can send, 140 messages in 1 week. Oh, and the numerator should be 28 on that line. All right, so now we're going to try with a new set of numbers, doing it this new way. All right, here we go. 24 is 5% of one number. So the percent is 5%. The part is 24, and the whole is unknown. All right, so our part is 24, and this is what we're solving for. So the first thing we're going to do is write the percent as a ratio. 5 out of 100 equals 24 out of, we don't know. I want to get a unit rate again. I need to get 1 in either the numerator or the denominator. So I'm going to simplify by a factor of 5, because 5 divided by 5 is 1. 100 divided by 5 is 20. So all I've done is I've taken 5/100ths and simplified it down to 1/20. And then I have to bring this down also. All right, 1 times what gets me to 24? 24. 1 times 24 equals 24. 20 times 24, well, think of it like this. 2 times 24 is 48, and put a 0 on the end gives you 480. Oh, the numerator should be 24, sorry. All right, so our unknown value then is 480. So 24 is 5% of 480. All right, we need more practices with this, and we will do that in class. Take a look at our notes. All right, find the whole from a percent. Here are our notes and our examples. The percent is a ratio out of 100, always. So we start by setting this up. Percent equals part to whole. So 12 is 15% of we don't know. So we set it up as a ratio. 12 out of 15 equals we don't know out of 100. Make the denominator a factor of 100. So we took this 12/15, we simplified it to 4/5 because 5 will go into 100. 40 times 20 equals 80. 5 times 20 equals 100. Multiply by a form of 1 to make the first denominator equal to 100. So 80 is our final answer. So 12 is 15% of 80. And we have a second example down below. Be sure and get them in your notes.